the last day in Hawaii, and we're sitting on the balcony, and we're figuring, well, might as well hop on and sit here and do a Q&A. So if you got any questions, we're just sitting here, so feel free to ask questions. In the meantime, you can just hear us chat.
So, what was your favorite part of Hawaii this year?
Favorite part of Hawaii was going to the beach and watching Noah. Like the first reaction when he was thrown on the sand, and that was pretty cute.
Yeah, Noah likes it. He also likes condos. He wants to go and knock on every door and see if they're for sale. I think he's going to be a good realtor.
Share this to the other groups. You can figure out how to share it. Share it. No, let's invite friends to watch. Share. Share progress. Hi, Kelly. Hello. Hey, Kelly. Just hanging out. Last day, come back, and then we can finish up your courses. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it. I've been following along all the modular homes that you post. So Kelly and her husband Scott, they flipped modular homes.
Oh, cool.
And so she sold about $4 million worth of modular homes last year.
Cool. Well, my very first transaction was the secretary at my office. So I sold her house, and then there was nobody else to sell houses to, so I went out. But she bought a trailer and renovated it and made money. She and one other person are the only ones I've known that have made money on those, but you can make money. I saw one, and she bought, well, actually, my mom sold it to her for $1. No, $1,000. And she was selling them at like $65,000 for these things. It's crazy. So money can be made anywhere, and the nice thing is it's a smaller investment if you're buying something small like that. So that's pretty amazing. Good for you.
Dallas is on there too.
Hey, Dallas. I was looking at pictures of you and your family on the beach. I think that looks like your sweet spot.
Well, they do live in Sylvan. So.
Yeah, in Sylvan. Yeah, I think it's a little warmer beach perhaps than Sylvan, but hey, Sylvan's pretty great too.
Yeah, I still look at that because Dallas and his dad, they built that massive fourplex that kind of looks like it should be in Canmore.
Oh yeah, the really nice one.
Yeah, but like the fact that they can build stuff like that is just insane.
Yeah,
so many possibilities.
Yeah.
So May 10th, actually, I haven't posted. I was working on the graphic today, Dallas. We're going to be doing a multi-family event. So we're getting someone from Ontario, 2 people from Ontario. They're actually flying here to educate about the MLI Select, which is that 5% down for multifamily. But the great thing is if you can build it, it's actually 100% financing.
Free.
So you literally build these free apartment buildings. So if it's a $2 million build, half of it's labor, half of it's material, and it's 100% financed. And so I had a builder go, well, I should build it and then sell them. And I go, well, like,
why?
You'd have to pay me to sell it. Why? You have 100% financing. You have all of your money out. And the great thing is it only will qualify for this if it cash flows. So you already have all your due diligence double checked by the bank. So May 10th, 2 o'clock at Legacy Center, we're going to be doing that.
Yeah. And the great thing is that the lady that's coming out, tell them how many dollars of volume did they do last year? Or I guess period. How much have they done?
They've done nearly $1 billion.
1 billion with a B.
And so then we have Shane from Edmonton. He's got 374 doors. He's coming to teach about how he uses other people's money to buy real estate to scale his portfolio. So the combination of the two is going to set you up for success with multifamily.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And Rasha, the lady that's coming out from Ontario, they hired the lady that used to work for CMHC that was the person the underwriter for CMHC. So she was the person you had to get past to get the approval. So they have made a quick and speedy line to the finish. So if you want to get in before the rules change, because they're changing all the time, she's updated on what the rules are. If the rules change, she's got her friends that still work there, so she can phone and see what's happening there. So we're pretty excited about her coming down because she is connected. Like, talk about a great hire.
Yeah.
It's like hiring the guy that runs the country, basically.
Dallas will be there. Sweet. That's awesome. Got to learn more so I can get on that beach, she says.
That's right. Definitely. saw that smile. Everybody's a little happier on the beach. So, is all the snow gone? Can we come back now? Bryce is coming home tomorrow, or you're heading out tomorrow. You'll be back in a couple of days. And we're staying for a few more, so it's pretty great. My condo's actually over there. I have tenants in there, so I'm making money. And my friend said I could stay at her house for free, or I pay for the cleaning, so for not very much. So I'm thinking maybe next year I'll rent somebody else's, because I've got friends here that if I said, hey, I'll take your place for 4 months, they'd probably rent it to me for like $150 a night, because it would be steady, right? And then I'll rent mine for $400. Then I can make money and stay for free. It'll just get crazy. I don't know. Anybody else interested in doing something like that?
Oh, Kelly says the snow is gone.
Excellent. All right, good. Keep it gone. We do need a little rain, I hear. My mom said this is the first time the creek hasn't gone out. That's not a colloquialism, but it was true. So that means that there wasn't enough water to wash out the creek this year, which is, I mean, my mom's going to turn 90 this year.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so that's we need rain. So you can get that out of the way before I get home too. Maybe not all at once. We don't want any flooding.
Show you guys the. Hey, Josh. Yeah, Josh at the auction. He bought the courses. So
Oh, nice.
we're doing the course with Josh Schindel. Fun.
Yeah, there was a broker's open house. I just about went to it. It was on a fractional ownership. I didn't actually know they had fractional ownership here. I knew they had timeshare, and I knew they had whole ownership. So this was 8 weeks for $245,000, I think. And then if you paid an extra $5,000, they threw in a car. Like, there's a car that's jointly owned, and I'm like,
That's awesome.
now that is smart. I like people. So basically, it's like you get together with 8 of your best friends and buy a condo. This is a good idea. There's a lot of lawyers and accountants in Red Deer that have done this. They've done it in Maui. They've done it on the Big Island. And so some of them don't even allow them to be rented out, which I think is kind of silly, because you don't actually have to pay for that thing. You want to be able to have it for free. But who would be interested in buying part of a place in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Any takers?
Yeah, and someone asked me, they're like, well, we're talking about that property for $4.9 million that you could build a second residence on, and we're talking about financing them. So how do you finance real estate here? I told him that typically you refinance something in Canada,
Yeah.
and then use that to buy it with cash, and then once it's purchased with cash, then you can refinance it. But he wondered, can you get private financing on it?
Well, I bought one with private financing, so I put $30,000 down. So Bryce was 2 when I bought my first place in Hawaii on the Big Island. So I put $30,000 down. I gave him the price he wanted, but I also got it at 4% interest only for 10 years. And I also wrote in that I could sell it to anybody else without them having to qualify, which is actually the way I ended up selling it. I sold it to somebody in Red Deer. What are the chances of that? But so there are, like, last year I was in Maui, and I was at an open house. Go figure, that's what I'd be doing on my holiday. And I said to the guy, would they do seller financing? And he said, no, not on this one. And I said, well, there's another one, check on that. So he did. I thought it had an ocean view, but they would have done seller financing. So I just about bought another one last year. I was like, do I really need 2 places in Hawaii? Probably. But, when there's sort of tragedy, a lot of people get afraid. Plus, they were changing the rules for short-term rentals. So people were freaking out. I'm like, no, this was in a short-term rental thing, so they couldn't make it go away. It's already zoned that way. Same with these that we're in. So, but people don't know. They just they react, so which is great. So there was a lot of deals last year, and I think there's still some deals this year in Maui.
Oh, it's Maui.
Yeah, like here, prices are, well, you can buy one in the back. There's one, it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath for $885,000.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, the ones we're staying at, you can get, they're like a split unit, so it's basically like a suited condo.
Yeah, so great.
And it was $960,000.
Yeah.
So I haven't done the math on it, but I figured it was.
It should work. But yeah, I'd love to own one of those.
Kelly says, Wyndham, you can get a vacation timeshare and rent it out. Actually, Kelly, there's a guy in the group, the private Facebook group. He He buys timeshares in Christmas, New Year's, and another holiday, and then he rents them out. And then he made, what did he say? He paid $12,000 a year to own all these timeshares, and he makes $34,000 a year just by renting them out.
Yeah.
It says it takes a bit of time to do it, but yeah, you kind of did that with Fairmont.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got fractional ownership there, so I had 4 weeks. I've got 2 weeks left. So you can, like, it only costs me. Oh, here's our assistant. Oh, are you cleaning? You need to come help? You want to get on the live? All right. Are you coming out to talk to the people? Can you say hi?
Hey, Noah. Noah. Say hello. Can you wave? Can you say hello?
Can you say hi? There's people back there. You just can't see them.
If I gave the phone to him, he would give you a tour of the house.
He would run around. All you would see is his chin, but he would point out all the good features of the home so that you could, buy it.
He might show you his shoes.
Yeah. Except you don't have any shoes because it's Hawaii. Oh, you want back up? Okay. Ready? Oh, the sun's all gone now. You gonna sit there and eat your pizza? Oh no, is the sun gone? Yeah. Oh, that's okay. It'll come back tomorrow. And by the way, the Coke is mainly water.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, trick him by emptying it out into a glass and then dumping water in it so he thinks he's having a special drink.
Nope. Where are we going?
Bye.
We're going somewhere? Oh.
Going on adventure.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
It's so cute.
Are you so cute? Look at those muscles.
So that's Mom's condo right there. But they stayed a couple extra days. Hello. Yeah, it's crazy. So location. People will come and sit on those chairs right there to watch the view. But her condo has the view of it. Oh, there's the guest that's staying in there. He's taking pictures. Your guest is there taking pictures.
Oh, are they?
He's out on the deck taking pictures.
Is that who you were saying hi to?
Saying hi to the next door neighbors.
Chair.
Noah's the ultimate cleaner.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's a little dusty.
Cleaning.
Oh, get that off there. Yeah, get that cleaned under there. I call him the aggressive cleaner. Good job. Oh, you want to do the rest?
I like those style of chairs when you have a railing, because then when you're sitting there, you're looking over instead of at, which is pretty cool because it's view's nice.
We were talking about that. I think the perfect thing would have a step. So somebody create this. It maybe exists already. Is make it so in the good old days you used to have the steps that fold down and then you got up on it when you were little. Now that when you're older, because we've got some friends who are like, I can't get into the chairs when they're the high ones. So it'd have a little step so you could get up to it. Then you can see the view.
That's a good idea. Good
So,
idea. Thanks,
I don't know,
Dallas.
Josh, if you're on there, you could probably build one, Josh, out of wood.
Yeah.
Make a prototype and put it on line. See how many we sell.
So what time is it in Canada? Or right here.
What time is it now?
It's 7.
3? No. 11. What are you guys doing up? Get to bed. It's 11 o'clock. So what time does everybody go to sleep at home? I try and go to sleep about 10. 10:30. Start heading to bed.
10:30?
What time do you guys go to bed? Of course, if you have children, you maybe never get to go to bed.
Yeah, my goal was to go to bed at 10, but I think I've done that twice last year.
Good to have goals.
But it's crazy. Like we just started a new page called How to Be a Realtor, and so the goal of it is to take my mom's brain and chop it up into bite-sized pieces to educate realtors about how to be a realtor. The page is called How to Be a Realtor.
Keep it simple.
And yeah, it's crazy. You're basically on call 24/7.
Yep.
There's some realtors that turn it off, but negotiations happen at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always thought about that. I'm like, well, yeah, Well, we do things that other people don't.
That's right, and that's the thing is like whenever I phone a realtor and they actually pick up the phone, I thank them. Thank you for picking up the phone, because it's hard to take all the calls. So I've had people, they'll phone, like we are affiliated with Zolo, so they send us all of their leads. So I literally get calls from Ontario, Saskatchewan. I swear I'm the only person in this whole thing that actually picks up the phone. Well, people are shocked. You'll pick it up and go, hello. They're like, oh. Or you're real. You're actually picking up the phone. You picked up the phone. Nobody ever picks up the phone. I mean, they'll leave messages. People won't phone them back ever. I'm like, well, if I was trying to sell my place, I'd sure want somebody to pick up the phone.
There's one realtor. His tagline is, I answer my phone.
Yep. Well, it's like over here I said to Don and Ruthie Schultz, they were the top salesmen in all of the islands Ruthie was. And I said, so what kind of business could you start in Hawaii that you would make money at? One that answered the phone. I said, no, like really, like plumbing, heating. One that answers the phone and actually does the job. And I thought, so it's pretty much like at home. Like I've talked to a few people and they're like realtors and they're not busy at all. And then we're over here negotiating 2 offers a day, so we consider ourselves very lucky. But I had one, it's like, how long does it take to get a listing? People are like, oh, you make so much money getting this listing. And I was thinking about the one we just sold in Highland Green. From the time I met him to the time I got the listing, you guys guess. How long did it take from the time I met this guy to the time he actually signed the listing contract? Any guesses on there?
I would guess a year. So we got Colton on there.
What do you think, Colton? How long do you think it took me to get the listing, Colton?
From the time you met
From the time I met the guy. So I was actually knocking on doors of a place that I just sold or just listed. I don't even remember because it was 8 years.
8?
8 years.
Holy crap.
So I met this guy 8 years previously, and he was going to sell his house. And I said, why would you sell it? I said, do you need the money from this one to buy your next one? He goes, no. I said, why don't you just keep it and rent it out, and then you'll have 2 paid for it. That's a good idea. So 8 years later,
That's awesome.
he phones me and actually phones the office. He said, is Penny still selling houses? Yeah, like
That's why you don't move offices too. Once you get into an office, just stay. Just stay, because they might call.
That's
and they're like, oh no, but we'll transfer you to someone.
Yeah. So, I phoned him. And it actually took me a while to remember him. And then I'm like, oh, I know where you live. I knocked on a door. Yes, I did. So, neighbors to a listing, neighbors to a sale. Get out there, meet the people. Most people are afraid to knock on doors.
Oh,
like,
Colton guessed 2 years.
Good guess. Like, Colton, you're brave. You go knock on doors.
Yeah.
I was like, now there's a digger. That guy's going to do it. Because most people are like, I'm not knocking on a door.
Yeah.
It's like, when Bryce started, we had somebody that wanted to live on Waskasiu Crescent. Such a beautiful crescent. I said, no problem. We'll go knock on all the doors. Well, it's hilarious. Like, my whole thing is, can I get them to open the door? Can I get them to answer the door? So we had this one lady, she opens the door, she's behind the screen door. And so I start talking, I just tell her who I am. I'm not selling any religious material today. And I said, I love this location. I just started, it was funny. The door just got wider and wider and wider. It's what's called body language, but it is not fun. You never know what you're going to find behind that door. So it is scary. Like, Cole, when he was running for politics, he knocked on every door in Red Deer North twice. And he had one guy just started screaming at him. I'm like, and he came home and he's like, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to crawl in a hole and never go out. He goes, yeah, he's up at 8 o'clock in the morning, getting his breakfast, going to go out again. So if you're willing to do things that nobody else will, you can be successful as a realtor. But if you're not, if you think it's like, some people think it's like a 9-to-5 job. And 9 to 5 times 3, it's like, no, it's a crazy business.
Hey, Nathan. Well, I'm excited to get started when you're ready. It's going to be fun. Nathan is in Calgary, just started the courses as well.
Nice. Yeah, the courses are good. So if you know anybody else that's interested in the courses, tell them to reach out. Bryce is going to be back and at it again, so A lot of people are making money from taking those courses. Like, it's crazy. What was that guy that bought that apartment building?
The $2 million one?
Yeah.
Yeah. They took the courses because they're trying to figure out how to. They wanted their qualifying power was tapped out, and they said, "Well, how can we buy more real estate? We own too much." And so they took the courses, and now they've just purchased a $2 million fiveplex in Edmonton, new construction, 5% down. So May 10th, we're going to be doing an event at talking about how to buy apartment buildings for 5% down. It's free to attend at the Central Alberta Real Estate Investor Network. So we're going to be sharing the promotional material on that soon, but May 10th at 2 o'clock. It's a Saturday, so we're doing it in the afternoon so that if people are driving from Edmonton or Calgary, they can make it down.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I think we're going to need more food. I think there's going to be a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it's the only, well, it's something different. You know, we haven't done that. And a lot of people are always asking questions about the MLI Select program. Like we were talking, the rules are always changing. It's like, you know, before you could buy suited homes, 3 or 4 in a row, bundle those, and you could buy them. Then they changed the rules. So I actually think, especially in Edmonton and places like that where people are doing it a lot, I think there's going to be some good deals on some suited properties because
Yeah.
they just put a hold on that because there is so many applications that they decided, all right, well, we don't have time to play around with these little guys because we've got these guys that are building a 200-unit building or a 400-unit building or a 60-unit building. So you have to pay attention. You have to have the answers. You know, somebody on speed dial, and the lady that's coming is like, was it $1 billion this woman has done in mortgages?
Nearly.
Yeah. So, you know, she's the girl that's in the know and has the high-powered team that is right up there and knows all the answers and is immediately informed of any changes and can also get there quickly. So that's the thing. If you have your application in, okay, you're probably fine. But if you didn't have your application in because you missed one little piece of paper because you were working with somebody who didn't know what they were doing, well, now all of a sudden, there goes your deal. You know, and this is legacy building stuff. This is 50-year mortgages. So you're going to own this building. Your kids are going to own this building. Maybe your grandkids are going to own this building if you do it right.
And then there's going to be some deals where they had their application in, they had 5% down, then they changed the rules where if it was new construction, you had to come up with an additional amount to fund it. Mm-hmm. And so they got private financing to fund these deals.
Yeah.
And so now the numbers don't work.
Right.
So they'll sell them and they'd be willing to take a loss.
Yeah.
And then you could buy for 5% down and then the numbers work for you because you don't have private financing.
Right. Yeah. So there's going to be some interesting opportunities both ways. You know, if you know what you're doing or you get a hold of a deal where the guy didn't know what he was doing. So, and you know, the great thing about new construction is it's always a little more expensive, but you don't have to worry about it. Like for 10 years, you're just like, sit back with your feet up. You know, if it cash flows day one, it's going to cash flow year 10, year 20, year 30. And, yeah, I think I was talking to a guy that he owned 360 some doors in the U.S. And he said he just likes to buy them. He just wants it to, he doesn't even care about cash flow. I was like, you don't care about cash flow.
Well, appreciation's better than cash flow.
Yeah. So he was like, I know Bryce teaches cash flow. I'm like, I like cash flow. I wish I had more of that. But he just wants it to pay the mortgage because he's thinking long term. So these MLI Select programs, I mean, they do cash flow. Some of them, they have to or they don't get approved, right? But it's more about the long term gain and your mortgage is going to get paid down and that's, you know, the increase in value. I mean, we've seen just suited properties just in the last 5 months. These suited properties, we have these off-market ones, and I even promoted them. I said, I've got 14 off-market ones. Nobody phones me. I don't know why. You guys should have been phoning me. They went up $50,000 and $80,000. One went up $100,000. It's 4 or 5 months. That's crazy.
10K a month.
Yeah. So I had one lady, it was great. So she bought it down here. She hasn't even taken possession of it. She's already made $50,000. and the rents are up. And even better, her interest rate is down. So now day one, she's going to be cash flowing more because and she's already built in equity. So we had one guy that bought a place and he's already refunded. He hasn't owned it for 6 months. He has literally reinvested. He has taken out all of his down payment. Now he wants another one. I was just talking to him this morning. I was like, 6 months. So
We were talking 2 hours ago about that one that's coming on the market in Springbrook.
yeah, there's one coming on.
6 bedrooms,
Yeah.
3 bedrooms up, 3 bedrooms down. I always like the 3 bedrooms
I
and
know.
2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
3 and 3.
3 and 3 is rare. We've sold a few of those, and those are like, you know, and you always look at if the market gets tight. You're like, oh, the market could get tight. All right, well, if I've got a 3 and a 3, who's going to rent theirs first? Me. Because, you know, you get the office. You know, if you're going to have a kid, you've still got room. You don't have to move again. Yeah, so, I mean, it's $465. Actually, it was going to be $465. It's $459.
Oh, crazy.
Of course, it'll probably go over list. They listed another one, and I'm like, ugh, that thing's going to go over list. It went day one. So this one's coming on the market tomorrow. So if you're interested, I figure, so it's basically $460. We figure the rent should be $1,900 up and $1,600 down plus utilities. That's pretty good numbers. So you could live upstairs. Actually, live in the basement. Rent the upstairs and probably live for not much.
And it's like 2006 construction, so
Yeah.
it's not even like old.
And it was owned by a builder. So they do all the maintenance and they only rent to AAA people. So basically, if you can't buy a house, they don't put you in there. No smoking, no pets. It's wonder they allow children. But yeah, so they've kept the rents low, so the people are excellent. But they're under rented and they just make money. Hi. Oh, nice shoes. Oh, the bugs. Are the bugs out here? Oh,
Hey, Nathan.
oh,
Hey, Richard.
oh.
Hey, Dusty.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, careful.
Oh,
Let's see if you can see
he's
the...
trying to fill my shoes already.
Let's see that. It's crazy. As soon as the sun goes down, it's boom, it's pitch black.
Yeah. It's like driving from the airport. It's kind of crazy. Like, we don't know what dark is. But it's like when the stars come out here, it's like, oh, like when I first came, all the planets were lined up. So I'm not sure how many astrologers are out there. So it was a once in a lifetime thing. Actually, I think April 21st. So next week is the happy face. So there's going to be 2 stars and the moon. So on the 21st, that's Bryce's insignia. Look for Bryce's name in the sky.
I tried to make my signature a smiley face at one point, so my passport has it. My driver's license has a happy face in it, so it's Bryce Kander and then a smiley face. I was going to slowly eliminate, I was going to do Bryce and smiley face and then just have a smiley face. I was like, signatures are silly because like anyone could just put a signature, but with DocuSign it's quite nice because there's actually some more security to it than just signing it and scanning it.
Yeah. No. Well, it's like I had one insurance company. So I send it to Cole to sign and for me to sign. And they go, the signatures are the same. You know how you can go on DocuSign and you can choose your signature? It's just the font. I'm like, it's DocuSign. Like, are you dinosaurs? Insurance and lawyers. Like, seriously, get on board, people. This is 2025, not 1925. DocuSign is secure. It's got, you can track it. You can see when it does. It's got a little certificate and everything. If you drill down on it, I'm like, why?
Yeah, it shows where it was signed.
Yeah.
When exactly to the time.
Yeah.
The location
Yeah.
of where you signed it.
No, there's no fudging on it. But yeah, it's not good enough. They wanted a wet signature. Yeah, I'll give you a wet signature. I don't know.
Noah's got a spatula.
Oh, that's nice. Are you going to be cooking? You want to come back out? Can you squish your face up against there? Oh, hello. Are you going to cook? Are you going to make breakfast?
Okay, well, that's all for tonight. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do.